Hello everybody, welcome back to the AdvancedVape channel. Today we're going to be doing another unboxing and first build video, just like our moonshot video. And we have some other stuff coming up that's not an unboxing or first build. I'm going to be doing a video soon on this thing. This is the Ilaria RTA. I'm liking that a lot, but we're not going to do that today. That's in a future video. Today we're going to be building on the Tsunami Rda from Geekvape. So everybody's been really excited about this thing. It's kind of a Velocity RDA and a Kennedy RDA sort of mashed together. So that's what Geekvape does really well. They take things from different companies and combine them to make something better overall. So I'm real excited to build on this. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. Okay. Go on and open it up. And it comes with the dripper itself, obviously, and 3 different drip tips. This is a regular sized stainless steel one, 510 sized. And these 2 are larger. This is just a normal round Delrin, and the one that comes pre-installed on there is kind of a cone shape. Kind of narrows out a little bit at the top. But just like the Velocity RDA, they unscrew out of there, and then you can also put an adapter on there to put your normal size drip tip in there, or this one. So before we get to that, I'll go on and finish taking it out of the package. If I can get this foam out of here. And we've got our little bag of goodies in there. More screws, Allen key. This is our adapter for our 510. And then we've just got a little card that says what's supposed to be in there. So I'm going to take this Allen key out, and I'm going to try building with it. Normally I don't use the included Allen keys, but I'm going to give this one a chance and see how it turns out. I've had a bad experience in the past using Allen keys that come with products. It tends to always strip the screws out, but I'm going to give this one a chance. And I'm going to go on and set all this other stuff aside. I think this looks really clean and simple. I like the way it looks. We're going to be building today on a 521, so I'm going to go on and screw it on there. And let's take a look at what it looks like on the inside. So it has Tsunami kind of etched in there. Really huge square shaped post holes and Kennedy style airflow, these little cylindrical tubes that come up. So it's a bottom air, but it's not as vulnerable to leaking as something like a Freak Show because it has these kind of separate tubes. But any bottom air is going to be more vulnerable to leaking than, a side or direct air RDA. But I think that this will be okay, and I think that it'll give really great flavor. So I'm going to, if I can pick this up off the table without throwing it, I'm going to loosen these up and get ready to get started. Really huge post holes on there. I can't imagine many different types of builds that would even fit on this size of RDA that would require that big of a post hole. So as you can see, it came out of the package real clean, and Geekvape is really good about their packaging. It's really top notch. And if you pay attention to e-cigarette stuff at all, you know that Geekvape is killing it right now as far as the products that they're coming out with. I'm a huge fan of the Griffin, and if you've seen any videos on this channel, you know that. So I'm going to be building with twisted square today. This is 2 strands of square wire twisted together, and it's stainless steel. And I'm going to build, I'll do 8 wraps on a 3mm. Maybe 7, we'll see how it looks. Okay, that's 7. Yeah, I'm going to stick with 7. This wire is extremely firm, so you kind of have to use your muscles with it. That's why I'm struggling just a little bit to wrap it by hand and keep it nice and tight. Okay, I'm going to go right into installing. I don't foresee this being difficult to install anything on. The post holes are huge, got a nice big build deck. Yeah, super easy. And now I'm just going to try and hold it in place while I tighten it down. And I want it to be right over top of those airflows. Alright, that looks pretty good. Still a little bit spaced, but that's okay. And we're going to go straight into our second one. So far this Allen key is working out okay. I don't feel like it's going to strip these screws. It's letting me get it down nice and tight. Okay, I'm going to try and cut these without cutting the other coil. I might not be able to get in there. Nope. So I'm just going to break these off. Okay, so we're back. I've got the legs removed. and I zoomed in a little bit so we can see the firing happening. So it's currently reading at 0.09, and that'll probably change a little bit as we get it firing correctly, which can sometimes be a little bit tricky with the twisted square. And I'm just going to fire it directly on the 521 tab. I'm going to take this chance while it's heated up to tighten these down. Okay. So I've made sure that there's not any really glaring hotspots, and we're going to go on and transfer it over to a DNA 200 mod to finish it up. Okay, we're going to keep on going. Okay, I'm going to turn up the wattage a little bit. So you can tell that this twisted square is going to be kind of a high performance wire. I'm going to really need to crank it up to get the most out of it. Very low resistance, and it's quite wide wire, you know, a lot of metal there. So I'm going to be wicking it with cotton bacon. I'm not going to go with rayon today. And like in all my builds, I try to not touch the part of the cotton that's going to end up staying in there. Try not to touch it too much anyway. I'm going to try and put kind of a fairly generous tail in there and see how it turns out. See if we end up needing to cut it down just a little bit. So with one of these bottom type RDAs, in my experience, you need to make sure that the cotton is isolated from those bottom airflow things, those little tubes. So something on like the Kennedy or the Freak Show, you want to make sure that they're not overhanging there. So I want it tucked down in there, but I don't want it pushed so far down that this part of the coil is not making contact with the wick. You want to make sure that it's all the way making contact. And just make sure that airflow is isolated from the wick. Alright, I think we're good to go. Juice it up and try it out. So you want to try as best you can with the bottom airflow RDA. This is just from my personal experience. You want to try and paint it on there. If you put it on there too fast, it kind of just runs along the coil and goes straight down into that airflow. So that can be kind of hard to do sometimes, but that's your ideal. You don't want to paint it on too fast. So I'm going to pulse it just a little bit to get the wire heated up just a little to help it soak in. Okay, I'm going to crank it up. I think 78 sounds good. Yeah, that looks good. All right, let's zoom out and see how it works. This tank, like the Freak Show, it has 3 different airflow slots at the bottom here, and that's for if you want to run it in single coil. You would put this one on, and the other side is blocked, so you're only getting air to one coil. But we did a dual coil today, so we're going to put it on like that. And you just want to line it up with the airflow. Pop it down on there. And you could adjust it side to side to have it more open or closed, but I'm going to try it wide open. As you can see, we've got a little bit of leaking going on there, but that's probably just because I put so much juice on there. Alright, let's see how it goes. Very juicy for that first hit, but I would expect that. Real dense, a lot of flavor like I would expect from a bottom airflow. Very airy. I would actually say maybe close this just a little bit. I'll try that. Nice, warm, a lot of flavor. This is one of those drippers that when I saw it for the first time and it was about to come out, I knew I was going to like it. I like the bottom airflow and I love the velocity deck, so it's a perfect combination for me. Really big clouds and great performance considering this isn't even a max VG juice. it's a fairly thin juice, so it's performing really well. Huge clouds for that kind of juice, and a ton of flavor. I think the Twisted Square ended up being a good combination with this dripper. And I can't wait to try other builds and put a vertebrate in there or some Claptons in there and see how that works. That'll bring us to the end of this first video with the Tsunami. I'd love to hear your comments. Give us a like or subscribe to our channel if you like this video. And there's going to be a lot more videos coming out with this and other new tanks and stuff. If you have a specific build that you'd like me to do on this, let me know. And also let me know what you think about the new setup, new camera and lighting and everything, and see how you feel about that. I'm not done completely building it. This backdrop is going to be a little bit different. But just for right now, I'd love to hear your feedback on it.